Microsoft Access Database for Medical Providers Part 2. Reports. In this lesson you will learn how to open reports, the reports available on the BPM Access Database for Providers, how to print the report, how to save the report to your computer. To complete this lesson you will need a computer capable of running Microsoft Access, a licensed copy of Microsoft Access, a current browser like Edge, Safari, Chrome or Firefox, a copy of the BPM Medical Providers Database. Begin by opening the database. Open the database by double-clicking on the database icon. If required, click on Enable Content. On the left side is a pane that lists forms and reports. Under Reports is a list of available reports. There are two kinds of reports. Some reports are used when administering individual patients, while a second type are office reports that are useful for office accounting. Patient reports include a patient demographics report, or patient demo report. Similar to a patient intake form, the patient demo report includes the patient name, contact information, insurance information, patient responsibility and a missed appointments agreement. You may present this report to the patient upon their first visit to ensure that the information in their record is correct. The patient may also sign the missed appointment policy. A patient invoice. This report will produce an invoice that may be emailed or mailed to patients when an outstanding balance exists. This form is also useful at tax time when patients request a list of the previous year's appointments. An envelope. This report is used to print an envelope with the patient's address and your office's return address. Appointment record. This report creates a paper form that may be used to record patient appointments. To run a patient report you will need the patient ID. A second type of report are office reports. These reports include an aging report. Run the aging report to identify claims that have not completed processing, and to locate overdue balances. A monthly report. The monthly report is used to tally your practice's income for a specific time range, usually 1 month. Before running a patient report we will need the patient's ID number, which is found on the main form. We are now ready to run the first report, a patient demo report. Click on the patient demo report. Enter the patient ID and click OK. At the top of the patient demo report is the company logo and your office address, followed by the patient information, emergency contact information, referral source, primary insurance, the policyholder information, EAP information, the patient's responsibility, a cancellation policy, and last, an authorization to release medical information. To print the demo form, use the shortcut keys Ctrl+P. To save the form to your computer as a PDF, click on External Data and then PDF. Select a file name, location and click Publish. There is also an option to open the file after publishing the file. Click the box to activate this feature. Close the patient demo by right-clicking on the tab and selecting Close. Next is the patient invoice form. Double-click on the patient invoice form. Enter the patient ID. Click OK. Enter a start date. Typically, this is the first date of service. Click OK. Enter an end date. This is usually the last date of service. Click OK. The patient invoice has the company logo at the top and the office address and telephone number, followed by the patient name and address, today's date, the dates of service with the charges and payments, a total amount due, and an address where the payment may be mailed. To print the invoice, use the shortcut keys Ctrl+P, or right-click and choose Print. To save the invoice to your computer, click on External Data and then click PDF. Select the file name and location. There is an option to open the file after saving the file. Click Publish. Close the invoice by right-clicking on the tab and selecting Close. To print an envelope for this patient, click on the envelope report. Enter the patient ID and click OK. To print the envelope, place an envelope in your printer and use the shortcut keys Ctrl+P. The envelope may now be sent to your printer. Close the envelope by right-clicking on the tab and selecting Close. Click on the appointment record report. Enter the patient ID and click OK. At the top of the patient demo report is the company logo and your office address, followed by the patient name and date of birth. Below the green border is the name of the person who is financially responsible and their insurance information. The service, CPT codes, and service rate are to the right of the responsible party information. A record of the patient's appointments is shown below and includes the date of service, the service performed, the charged amount, payment, the outstanding balance, a patient signature, and a field for notes. To print the report, use the shortcut keys Ctrl+P. To save the appointment record to your computer, click on External Data and then click PDF. Select the file name and location. There is an option to open the file after saving is completed. Click Publish. Close the appointment record by right-clicking on the tab and selecting Close. The aging report, the first of the two office reports, is used to identify insurance claims that have not completed processing, and to locate unpaid insurance and patient balances. Click on the aging report to open it. A date range is required. Enter a start date and click OK. Next, enter an end date and click OK. The report displays a list of patients, the dates of service with the current balance due. Balances are organized so that a balance which is within a selected range can be quickly identified. Note that patient Joseph Doe has an outstanding balance that is more than 90 days old. The total of outstanding balances is located at the bottom of the report. Printing and saving the report is done in the same manner as earlier reports. Close the aging report by right-clicking on the tab and selecting Close. The monthly report, the second of the two office reports. Run the monthly report to view your practice's income for a specified time range. This is usually 1 month. Click on the monthly report to open it. A date range is required. Enter a start date. Click OK. Next, enter an end date and click OK. At the top of the report is your logo, company name and address, and today's date. The monthly report is broken down by patient, the payment date, the date of service, payment type, and payment amount. Scroll to the bottom of the report for a total. The total includes all the patient and insurance payments for the requested time frame. To print or save a report, follow the same process as previous reports. Close the monthly report by right-clicking on the tab and selecting Close. To close access, click on the X in the upper right-hand corner or click on File and then Close. In this lesson you learned what each report does, how to open it and print and save a copy if desired. There are two types of reports. The first type are patient reports and the second are office reports. Looking ahead. In Lesson 3 you will learn how to add a new patient record, Add insurance policies to a new patient record. How to update patient insurance in an existing record. How to find a patient if you do not know the last name. To purchase a copy of the BPM Access database configured for your practice, your logo, address, phone numbers, fees, and other practice information, call 800-717-4215. The cost is $300.